Welcome to week 10. This week we'll be talking about emotional and behavioral disorders. And I would say this is a pretty hot topic right now in education, especially in the younger grades. So what is an emotional or behavioral disorder or disturbance? These can be mental disorders. It can be a wide variety. It can be anorexia. It can be bulimia. It can be depression, but it is officially described as an emotional disturbance is when a student has emotional and behavioral challenges that affect his or her ability to learn and function effectively in a classroom. And unfortunately, this often will also impact other students in the classroom. So according to the IDEA, it is when a child shows these characteristics for a long period of time. And it's important that it's for a long period of time because sometimes the child may be going through something that is a huge stress for them. And if it's just for a short-term period of time, then it's just a product of some tough stuff that they're going through, but they're able to work through it. It becomes a disorder when it's something that is consistent and pervasive and does not go away. So it's a lack of an ability to learn that can't be explained through intellectual, sensory, or health factors, an inability to establish or sustain interpersonal relationships with others, displaying inappropriate behavior in normal settings, experiencing pervasive moods that are unhappy or depressed, an inclination to develop physical symptoms or fears in relation to different problems that they might be having. So sometimes this would be to consistently be, feeling sick or stomach aches or whatever else it might be. So there are, like I mentioned in the very beginning, there are different types of emotional or behavioral disorders. Some of the externalizing behaviors that you might see would be aggressive behaviors that can be expressed towards peers or adults, or even just to the furniture or ripping up paper, whatever else it might be in the classroom. The condition may coexist with ADHD, and that's something that is seen a lot. Some of the internalizing behaviors include anorexia or bulimia. There's a control piece in there so that they can control how much they eat or what stays in their body. Depression, anxiety, and oftentimes these internalizing behaviors are more common in girls. Finally, sometimes it can lead to longer term, more severe disorders such as schizophrenia. So ways to help you in your classroom when you are teaching students who have emotional or behavioral disorders, you want to make sure that you have a structure and a routine. And I recommend having that posted somewhere in the classroom so they always know where to go. When students feel overwhelmed or anxious, those behaviors that can feel aggressive or hyperactive come out more because they're so anxious or uncertain about what's happening. Use rewards for good behavior. Remember that there's positive consequences and negative consequences to things that we do. So it's, creating your expectations in your classroom, but then also having a chart that talks about what the consequences are if you're doing something that's really great or if you're doing something that's negative. Just helping kids in that way, if you use the word consequence to be positive or negative, it helps them own their behavior because this is what they can earn based on what they do, positive or negative. Try and give the kids responsibility in the classroom. And the more that you can utilize extracurricular activities for the kids, that's even better. I know sometimes this can be harder, especially in the younger grades, but sometimes it might be clubs or something that can happen during lunchtime or recess. Right. So those are my quick tips and techniques for emotional and behavioral disorders that you might see within the school setting. You do have a couple of different assignments for this week. You have a chapter 9. Make sure that you read that chapter and also do the quiz that goes along with that chapter. You also have your midterm presentations that are due this week. Please reach out to me at any time if you have any questions about your presentation and what that looks like. You will be posting something similar to like these videos that I do for you, just to go over your presentation and to present it to our class in a virtual setting. So if you have any questions or if you want me to review anything, just let me know. I'm happy to do that anytime. Just try and give me a couple of days notice before the assignment is due. I hope you're all having a great fall, and I will talk to you later. Take care.